Senators on the road tonight, 12-8, taking on the 11-7 Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts here from beautiful Blair Stadium in Silver Spring, Maryland. So glad you can be with us. Cody Wagner, back from Salem, Virginia. Got to spend a short time there calling for the Salem Red Sox, filling in for a buddy for the Red Sox Single A affiliate. But back here in Southern Maryland, and glad to be with the Senators trying to snap a 4-game losing skid tonight. Well, got a chance to sit down with head coach Scott Middleton. Here's how that sounded. Pre-game Thunderbolts and Senators here with the head coach for the Senators, Scott Middleton. Coach, it's been a while since we talked. I was off on the road, but the team has dropped 4 straight. How do you feel about this team's ability to fight and never give in despite the moments that they've had over the last couple of games? Do you feel confident that they'll be able to get right back at it and continue their winning ways from earlier in the season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried. It's been a long stretch. I think something like 13 games in 9 days, something like that. I mean, that could be a day off or two, but this is our 13th game in 9 days. So, with a mixture of a lot of games, the heat, I mean, these guys have played their asses off. We've blown some games that we should have had. At the same time, we got to put to us a couple games too. So, we're thin on pitching. We're trying to get to Tuesday where we can reset, some things. But, also part of my losing streak is because you wouldn't come get me to come do an interview. So now I got to blame you a little bit.
Well, folks, so I tried to come grab Scott before every game so I can have a chat with him. He was off talking to other coaches 3 different games. Well, the one game I didn't come talk to you, I'll say that was on me. But then the other 2 games, you were off talking to coaches. Yes, we did happen to lose those 3 games. But you think I've really put a curse on the team, Scott?
No, I got to mess with you. When you're on a winning streak and you get superstitious, about certain things. And I think when we were on that streak, you and I were talking every game.
Yep.
So, so you always look for something, and I'm going to blame you a little bit now.
And, Coach, you mentioned the pitching. You're so thin on arms at the moment. How do you try to get through that and get the most out of your guys? What does the motivation look like, I guess, and just how do you manage those guys?
I mean, you got to trust them. You also got to watch how much they're throwing too, because pitch counts. I'm big about that. Like, I still don't think I've had a guy go over 80 pitches yet, and I won't. We're still just halfway through the season, and I do care about these guys' arms. Where, but at the same time, there's a little wear and tear. You got to think from their college season to here, but these guys will rebound. They're bulldogs. They're gonna fight through it, just like the bats are gonna eventually wake back up. We'll put pressure back on teams. It's just we need a day, and the pitchers need a day, and then I think we have the 4th of July off also. So we're going to have a few days where we can reset these pitchers, but their mindsets are fine. Their ability to come in when I need them to, they've been great. I ask them, I watch their pitch counts, they tell me they're good, we go with it.
So you got 2 days off this week. How big is that recovery period for the batters as well? Because they got to be a little tired. Muscles, especially in the upper body, and then trying to steal as well has got to be tough. 12 games into straight playing here, it's a tough stretch, Coach.
It is. I mean, everybody's got a little bit of play time. Like normal, some more than others, and my man Nick, we finally had to give him a day off.
Yeah.
I mean, well overdue. I mean, the boy's been amazing, but he had a little bit of soreness going on, so we gave him, I think, the crop dusters game off. But these boys are in great shape. They take great care of their bodies. This is natural soreness and tiredness of just playing 13 straight games without a break. It's a little unheard of, but hey, every team is also going through some sort of pattern like that also. So we just got to, fight through it and get to the rest day and regroup.
So last thing real quick, you got Jacob Seek on the mound. He was a starter last season and now making his first start this year. What do you like about what he's done recently, limiting the walks? That's been the big thing for him, trying to limit base runners.
He's been attacking the batters. And, his first outing was, there's no secret, it was rough. But these last two, he's been doing exactly what he's been trying to work on, what we've been asking, and he's looked good. He's going to get the start tonight. It's a spot start just because the way the pitching rotation has worked, But Jacob Seek, going down the stretch, he's going to be a big piece to this puzzle, and we're going to need him to continue to pound the zone. And I trust him. I trust him a lot. Give us good, 4 or 5 innings, low pitch count, and and then we'll go from there.
Thank you, Coach. First pitch coming up between the Thunderbolts and Senators. After this break, we'll have starting lineups for both squads. In need of trash pickup service? Well, look no further than Evergreen Disposal. With over 2 generations of experience, a family-owned and operated business, Evergreen Disposal proudly serves Southern Maryland. The company is committed to customers and building community. They provide service to homeowners associations, individual houses, and commercial, construction, and industrial locations. Once you switch, you'll never look back. To start using Evergreen Disposal, go to evergreendisposal.com or call 240-468-6677. That's 240-468-6677 to change to a community-based organization. Evergreen Disposal. As promised before the break, here come your starting lineups between the Senators and Thunderbolts. For the visitors, Southern Maryland, they got Nick Flores batting leadoff. He's the shortstop. Center fielder batting second is Adam Truck. Playing left and batting third is Logan Tribble. In the cleanup spot tonight, Stephen Krause DHing. Catching and batting fifth is Chet Bowling. The third baseman, Danny Surwick, will hit sixth. In the seventh spot, MJ Phillips playing first base. The right fielder, Dawson Smale, will hit eighth. And rounding out the order, the second baseman, Jack Ewert. Trying to defend, though, their home turf tonight are the 11-7 Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. Boy, they've been good this year after missing the playoffs a season ago. They're led off by the shortstop, David Vazzo, followed by Nolan Cutney, the second baseman. Batting third, Steve Thomas. He's doing the catching. First baseman, Braden Foster, will hit fourth. In the 5 spot, Brady Grimes, the designated hitter. In the 6th hole, the right fielder, Aiden Driscoll. Batting seventh and playing left field, Jack Herta. In the 8th spot, Gabe Ruiz, the center fielder. And rounding out the order, playing third base, is Tyson Gill. Pitching matchup tonight is Jacob Seek out there for the Senators, making his first start of the season. Talked pregame to Scott Middleton about it. He likes the confidence that Seek has built throughout this season. Really struggled in the first appearance he made. Didn't get a single out. Walked 3 batters, hit 1. 2 runs scored. Bryce Harder was ultimately able to limit the runs there out of the bullpen. But since then, Seek has been wonderful. After that ball game, he has across 6 2/3, only given up 1 run, 5 hits, walked 4 batters, and struck out 5. So he has just been wonderful for the Senators, which is why he's earned his spot back into a starting role after he was a starter last season. Middleton moved him to the bullpen this year because of those walk issues. But Zeke earning his numbers and getting back on the bump to begin this one. In a moment, Jack Treasure will take the bump on the other side for the Thunderbolts. He's just been magnificent. Shut down the Senators' offense the last time these two teams played 6 days ago on Tuesday. That was over at Regency Furniture Stadium. Senators were only able to score 1, in large part due to Treasure, who went 5 innings, didn't give up a run, only 3 hits allowed, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Looking for something similar tonight. He's got a 2-0 record on the season, trying to shut down once more this strong Senators order. Has not given up a run across 11 innings this season. Well, we'll be back for first pitch between the Senators and Thunderbolts after this break. A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team. Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today. Whether you're a player or aspire to work a job in sports, the Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate Baseball League is the right place for you. With over 250 players each year, the Cal Ripken League helps showcase talent in a competitive environment. If you're seeking a job in sports, the Cal Ripken League offers media and photography internships. To learn more, visit calripkenleague.org today. If you want to stay up to date with all things Senators, follow the collegiate team's social media accounts. You can follow the team at Southern MD Senators on Instagram or Go SOMD Senators on X to keep up with the team. You'll get score updates, final score graphics, access to articles, and so much more. Go check out the Senators on social media and don't miss a moment this season. We've got an offer you won't want to miss out on. Over the summer, the Senators collegiate team will be hosting a youth baseball camp throughout June and July, available to ages 7 through 14. Take the opportunity to get personalized advice from Senators players and coaches and elevate your game to the next level. For specific dates and times, go to somdsenators-cal.com to learn more. First pitch coming just moments away between the Senators and Thunderbolts on the road tonight, Blair Stadium in Silver Spring, Maryland. About an hour and a half long trip through the Beltway for the Senators, as so many of their trips involve a lot of traffic to get up here. Got a number of fans tonight decked out in some Savannah Bananas gear. The Bananas just rolled through the D.C. area, played over at the Nationals ballpark. And so fans still riding the high of that from these past couple of days. So Jake Treasure, a tough one to crack, gets the start out on the mound for the Thunderbolts. He's been magnificent this season. 3 starts, 2 wins, 11 innings pitched, no runs allowed, 13 strikeouts, has walked only 3. So you got to earn it to get on off of him. And there's only been 7 hits that he's given up. So He is a tough guy to reach against for a Senators offense that has really started to cool off as this season has gone along. Over the last 4 games, Senators have scored only 4 runs, 1 in each of them. We'll recap that a little bit for you. They played the Giants back on Friday night. That was a doubleheader. This, the 5th game now of a road stand, number 6 now, with a doubleheader back on Friday night against the Giants. Split that one, won the first game 5-1, and then in the second it was 7-1. Giants were victorious. Next night, Senators played the Crop Dusters, lost 13-1, and then dropped both games to the Big Train yesterday. First offering to Nick Flores. He takes a strike in at the knees, and we're off and running from Silver Spring. Senators offense has cooled down a lot. They were good back on Thursday night against the Braves. The pitch, curveball that drops in, strike 2. Treasure, a guy clearly not scared of these Southern Maryland bats. Got the start last time these two teams played, 6 days ago, last Tuesday. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and bounced foul down the right side. Flores, and now they're going to rule that it hit him, I guess. Seemed like he had swung, but I guess he check swung, so Flores down to first base. An oddity to begin this ball game, but a leadoff base runner for Southern Maryland nonetheless. So a man on for Adam Trock, who's the center fielder, a speedster. First pitch, he lays down a bunt, pops it up, and it is foul. Strike 1 on Trock. Flores got some speed as well over at first base. 8 steals this season. Will be tougher tonight against the 5-foot left-hander. A check on the runner, and Flores back in safely with a creative slide. Did a nice swim move to get around the tag of Braden Foster. Just underway from Silver Spring. No outs, top of the first. The 0-1 swung on and popped out of play behind home. Man aboard first is Flores. No score early on. The left-hander comes set at the chest to check on the runner. Back goes Flores standing. Senators' batting average over these last couple of games hasn't necessarily dropped, but they've just had struggles scoring the runners. The 0-2. Check swing and takes upstairs. The Thunderbolts defense tonight, left to right in the outfield, goes Jack Hurda. Out in center, Ruiz, and then in right field, Driscoll. Another check on Flores, who's back. In the infield, playing third base, Tyson Gill. At short, David Vazzo. Playing second, Nolan Cutney. Over at first base, Braden Foster. The pitch, swing and a miss. Gatrock chasing out of the zone, and there's out number 1. Battery consists of the pitcher, Jake Treasure, and it is fueled by the catcher, Steve Thomas, behind the dish. So up comes Logan Tribble, who over these last couple of games has been moved up in the order, and rightfully so. Another check on Flores. Boy, Treasure keeping a close eye there. Tribble batting .357 this season. Pitch swung on in a soft liner into left field. In a couple of steps comes Hurda. He makes the grab, 2 down. So after the leadoff batter reaches for the Senators, 2 straight are retired, and that brings up the left-handed hitting Steven Krause. Power bat in this order. Been impressive to this point in the season for Scott Middleton. Middleton was hyped about him coming in. First offering. Swings and rips it foul down the left field line. He's had 2 triples in the last week. The pitch outside, ball 1. The first one that he hit against the Grays just under a week ago, 5 days ago, he said he hadn't had one in about 2 or 3 years. Now he's got 2 in the last week. Spoke with our very own Drew Owens, doing a great job with the social media. Another throw over to first. Actually in attendance tonight. Live tweeting the game. 1-1. Kraus swings and fouls it back. 2 away, top of the first inning. No score, Thunderbolts and Senators. Southern Maryland trying to snap a 4-game losing streak tonight against a team they lost to the first time around. The 1-2 swung on and floated into shallow left field. There is Herta to retire the side. So the Senators leave one stranded after Nick Flores was hit by a pitch to begin things. Jacob Seek will be the starter for the Senators tonight. We'll tell you more about him after this.
We've got an offer you won't want to miss out on. Over the summer, the Senators collegiate team will be hosting a youth baseball camp throughout June and July, available to ages 7 through 14. Take the opportunity to get personalized advice from Senators players and coaches and elevate your game to the next level. For specific dates and times, go to somdsenators-cal.com to learn more. A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search somdbluecrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team.
Cody Wagner back on the road tonight with the Senators. They draw the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts, a team they lost to 5-1 the first time around. Looking for a better result this evening after a 4-game losing skid coming in tonight. Jacob Seek gets the start for the Senators. Boy, has he been good this season after a faulty first appearance. There he walked 3 batters, hit 1, gave up 2 runs. Bryce Harder was ultimately able to limit the damage out of the pen. Since then, he's been wonderful in 6 2/3, only giving up 1 run. Because of that, he has earned a starting role again this season. He was a starter all last season. He had earned the trust early on of Scout Middleton, but had to work for it this season and finally is once again in his rightful starting role. It's a strong Thunderbolts team that is headed by their pitching, but their offense can do work as well. They're the bottom in terms of batting average in the league, yet they score at an efficient rate when they get men on. David Vazzo, the shortstop, leads things off. The lefty winds and offers a fastball outside for ball 1. Left to right in the outfield goes Logan Tribble, Adam Trock, Dawson Smale. Playing first is MJ Phillips. At second, Jack Ewer. Shortstop Nick Flores. The pitch waved at 0-2. 1-1. Apologies. Nick Flores at short. Danny Surwick, the third baseman. Starting pitcher, of course, Jacob Seek, and then doing the catching, Chet Bowling. The pitch, swinging a foul tip. Kicks off the mid of Bowling and rolls to the backstop. Beautiful venue here at Blair Stadium. Trees out behind center and in right field, and then a building out in left. The pitch high and away, 2-2. 325 to left, 315 out to right field, 362 to the gaps, and then 403 to dead center. The 2-2, high and away. Seek nibbling at the zone. He hasn't had any bad misses to this point. For Seek, it really has been just having the confidence to go after batters. Payoff pitch. Vazo swings and fouls it back. Boy, that one was coming right at us behind home plate. Thank goodness the screen works. Down at field level tonight, a nice setup right below the stands. The kick and the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, and a leadoff walk for David Vazo. Exactly what I'm talking about for the Thunderbolts. When they get runners on, they're normally able to score them, and they do it a lot with walks. That Vazo's 9th of the year. That brings up Nolan Cutney. Struggled a little bit with the strikeout numbers. 14 punch-outs. A throw over to first, and they got Vazo caught up in a rundown. Phillips runs him back, flips off to Flores, who puts the tag on, and there's out number 1. That's a third pickoff for Jacob Seek this season. He's been unreal with the pickoff moves. So the leadoff man is eventually retired after he got aboard with a walk. First pitch is way upstairs. That one goes all the way to the screen. Cutney has had quite the college journey. Didn't play as a freshman at Pitt back in 2023. After that, transferred to Hill College. The pitch way outside. Now Seek all over the place a little bit. So 2 balls and no strikes on Cutney. At Hill College as a sophomore, he batted .345, and then this season transferred over to UMBC. Had 4 hits and just 20 at-bats. It's a 2-0. Fastball strike on the outer edge. Cutney got to fulfill the dream of many youngsters in getting to go to one of the top Power 4 colleges in his state. But things didn't really work out at Pitt, and Cutney has since decided to bet on himself. The 2-1 outside, ball 3. He's bet on himself, sought out schools where he can receive more playing time. Certainly worked out for him. Hitting .278 with Silver Spring this summer. From the windup, here comes the 3-1. Swung on and popped behind home. Count full. 1 away, bottom of the first inning. No runners on and no score. Senators and Thunderbolts. At the home of the Blair High School Blazers. 3-2. Called strike 3. Got him looking at the top of the zone. 2 away in the first. That brings to the plate Steve Thomas. Beloved amongst these fans here, was interacting with a couple of youngsters pregame. And now they cheer him on from the sidelines. Here's the first pitch to Thomas. He takes a called strike on the outer edge. Thomas was incredibly impressive this year as a senior at the Catholic University of America. Kick and the pitch. Fastball away. Count evens the ball and a strike. This season, Thomas set the single-season program record for hits with 73. Batted an incredible .401. Was the everyday catcher. Makes the start behind the ditch tonight. The 1-1. In there, strike two. After two erratic pitches to Nolan Cutney, Seek has been hammering the zone. From the wind, the 1-2 pitch. Thomas takes outside at 2-2. One point in the season, here's something for you. Thomas was hit by a pitch for 3 straight games. 2-2. Swung on and ripped back up the middle, base hit into center field. So 1-out base runner for the Thunderbolts. After they got the leadoff man Vazo on, he was picked off at first base. So in comes the cleanup man, Braden Foster. Switch hitter, rarity in this league. Not often you see many of these. Redshirt senior out of Youngstown State University. Foster swings it from the right side against the left-handed throwing Jacob Seek. Comes set and the pitch. Fastball strike to the knees. 2 away, bottom of the first. A base runner for the T-Bolts. That's Steve Thomas at first. Check on Thomas. He's back in with a dive. Seek's pickoff move is just so slick. Foster walks a ton. 11 this season and only 8 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. Swung on and pulled foul down the left side. He got a hold of that one, but unable to keep it fair. Foster has been all over playing college ball. Originally redshirted as a freshman at Tennessee Tech. The pitch outside, 1-2. From there, he transferred to Mount St. Mary's, played in just 25 games across 2 seasons, so limited time there. Decided to change schools again, going to Youngstown State this past season. It's the 1-2 in the dirt, blocked by Bowling. Thomas has to hold that first. Foster was productive with the T-Bolts last summer. A returner to the squad, hit .292 with a couple of homers. The pitch. Swung on and bounced foul down the left side. Bullpen limited tonight for Scott Middleton. That's been the case a lot recently. Senators on a tough road stretch. Playing 13 games in 11 days. Boy, it's a gauntlet. 2-2 and a check on the runner. Thomas is off, and that's a second pickoff in the inning for Jacob Seek. Man, he's got a nasty move to first. So 3 up, 3 down for the Thunderbolts in the first inning. They had 2 base runners, but both of them picked off by Jacob Seek. 0-0 after the first. We go to the top of 2 with the middle of the order. 2 up for Southern Maryland. 5, 6, 7 coming up.
Want to help the Senators? You can help fuel the team and carry them to victory by becoming a game day meal sponsor. For $250, you provide a pregame meal for the Senators players and staff. If you sign up, you'll receive 4 season passes to home games, a game time announcement, along with commercials on all Southern Maryland Senators broadcasts throughout the season. Both corporate and private donors are welcome. To sign up today, contact info@somdsenators.com. Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change.
Back between the Senators and Thunderbolts, it is an absolute beautiful evening Monday night from Blair Stadium. Temperatures sitting in the mid-80s. Some overcast skies, partly cloudy. High was 91 today. Got pretty warm, but it will cool down throughout this one. And Chet Bowling leads things off in the top of 2. Takes a first pitch curveball on the outer edge, strike 1. Top 2, no score, Senators and Thunderbolts. Southern Maryland tied for the lead in the South Division. Bowling there takes low and away. Senators recently lost one of their catchers, the 1-1. Breaking ball in there. Bowling can do nothing but shake his head. Senators just recently losing Lucas Grantham. He's off to Georgia State. The 1-2 is ripped foul down the left side. So without Grantham, the everyday catchers for the Senators going forward will be Chet Bowling and Jax Nichols. Expecting they will largely split time. The pitch. Swinging a high chopper back up the middle. Backhanded by the second baseman Cutney. Throw on to Foster at first. There's out number 1. So that gives way to Danny Surwick. He's slowed down a little bit with the bat as of recent, but he does reach a lot. 10 walks this season. 16 strikeouts, though, the concern for Surwick. Had a home run before that big layoff for the Senators. First pitch downstairs, ball 1. Felt like Surwick was really building momentum, as were the Senators before that long break. After returning from a 6-day layoff due to weather, the 1-0 low and outside. Senators were able to tack on a couple more to the win streak. They ultimately won 9 straight. Since then have faltered a little bit. The pitch swung on and popped foul. They were 9-1. That streak was broken by the Aces last Sunday, just over a week ago. The pitch. Swung on and lifted. High and deep out to right field. Back goes Driscoll at the wall. Goodbye! Danny Surwick puts one in the trees. Senators in front 1-0. A 1-out shot for Surwick in the second. Southern Maryland is out in front. Well, there's the swing he was looking for. Got a pitch low and inside and didn't miss it. With one swing of the bat, Southern Maryland moves in front. And MJ Phillips up to the plate. Takes the first pitch, a strike at the top of the zone. Well, he's sitting behind the plate. You can just see the movement on the fastball even from Treasure. The 0-1. Breaking pitch in there for strike 2. Phillips, the guy that walks a ton. 12 this season. That leads the team. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Phillips goes down on strikes. And there's 2 outs in the second. Southern Maryland up 2-0. No men on. And up comes Dawson Smale. Left-handed hitting right fielder. 6'1", 185. Batting .273 on the season. First pitch is low and away. Smale, a unique case. Utility guy. Can really do it all. Got the opportunity to pitch a couple of days ago. Here it comes. A fastball strike on the outer half. Scott Middleton was told earlier in the season by Smale that he could pitch if needed. The 1-1. Slider away. Ball 2. Smale was trying to get a couple of bullpens earlier in the season to try to warm up the arm, maybe pitch later. Scott Middleton in these 13 games straight, the 2-1 is in there to even up the count. Middleton needed Smale because the Senators were really just out of pitching, so he came on for Dawson Weatherald out of the bullpen, a game that the Senators lost, the 2-2 high and outside. That was against the Grays back on Wednesday. The pitch. Check swing. He takes strike 3 called. Smale goes down on strikes, but the Senators have their first run of the ball game. Southern Maryland in front, 1-0. We go to the bottom of 2. Senators and Thunderbolts.
Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today. Thermal Comfort provides heating and air conditioning for newly constructed custom homes in Northern Virginia and select areas in Maryland. They service all systems, operational or non-operational, while providing free estimates for new systems. Go to thermalcomfortllc.com and choose the easier way to upgrade your heating and cooling system.
Senators on the road tonight against the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. They're the first to strike in Silver Spring, Maryland, thanks to a Danny Surowick solo shot with 1 out in the second. We go bottom 2 between the Thunderbolts and Senators. Braden Foster will be the leadoff man. He had a 2-2 count last inning before Steve Thomas was picked off of first base. Actually, 2 successful pickoff moves for Jacob Seek in the first, so only 3 men ultimately were able to complete at-bats for the Thunderbolts. Seek back out on the mound for the second, and that's been a revelation in his game. He does walk a decent amount of guys, even this season where those numbers have been down compared to a year ago. But the real equalizer is that elite pickoff move for Seek that he has developed. Didn't show it much last season, but boy, it's worked well this year. 5 already this season. And here comes Braden Foster. Switch hitter, batting right-handed. Jacob Seek, a 6'2" left-hander. Just finished up his freshman year at Frederick Community College. A local guy from Easton, Maryland. Scott Middleton has really gone all across the country to pick up recruits this year. First pitch is low and inside. Foster, a returner to Silver Spring. Hit .292 a season ago. Very impressive. 1-0. Fastball high and outside. Foster this season hitting a little lower than he did a year ago, 242. Does have 11 walks and only 8 strikeouts. The pitch fouled to the screen. From the windup, the left-hander comes home. Fastball in there on the outer edge, 2-2. Senators the first on the board in this one. Got a solo blast from Danny Surwick in the second. 6-2-2. Swung on and lined into left center field. Truck ranging over. He's there to make the thigh-high grab. 1 away. Tough play for Adam Truck, but when you got that speed, you can make tough-looking grabs. So up comes Brady Grimes, who's been seeing the ball well as a recent. Grimes, 6'7", digs into the right-handed batter's box. Has both pitched and hit this season. If that frame makes sense. First offering, Grimes takes up and away. Last time these teams played, nearly a week ago, last Tuesday, he had a home run in the 9th inning. Added on some insurance late. A game the Thunderbolts won 5-1. Swings through, strike 1. Grimes' last appearance on the bump was Saturday against the Grays. Through 1 inning, only gave up 1 hit, struck out 2. Last night got the start in the order, the 1-1. Up and outside, ball 2. Against the Braves yesterday, Grimes finished 1 for 3 with a double. Struck out once. A 2-1. In there with a fastball, strike 2. Grimes has come on strong as the season has advanced. Just hitting 179 this season. The pitch in the dirt. However, 3 of the 5 hits this season have came in the last 4 outings for him. He's played 9 ball games this season. Had a tough stretch, 3 in a row with no hits. Kick game, the 3-2. Downstairs, and he walked him. Brady Grimes aboard with 1 out. And to the plate comes Aiden Driscoll. Makes the start in right field. Oh, we got a youngster on the mic up top. Always good to hear. Got some good young attendance tonight here at Silver Spring. This beautiful Blair Stadium. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Driscoll. He takes a center cut fastball for strike 1. Driscoll from the University of Maryland saw action in 4 contests there this season. The 0-1. Low and inside. Nearly got him, but able to lift the feet out of the way. Bowling keeps it in front. So the count is 1-1. Grimes aboard first, and this is a guy in seek you really don't want to test. Picked off 2 runners in the first inning. 1-1. Check on first. Back standing goes Grimes. Driscoll saw limited time this year with the Terrapins. This great experience during the summer months for Driscoll. Batting .250, 15 walks, and only 9 strikeouts. 1-1. Way upstairs, all the way to the screen, and so easily advancing up 90 feet goes Brady Grimes. Seek missed badly with that one. Third one today he's just lost the grip on. But thankfully for him, he hasn't been nibbling around the zone. He's gone after a lot of these batters. Has walked 2, but gotten 2 strikes on both of those guys. The pitch. Swung on and lined into center field. Trot comes in a couple of steps and makes the knee-high catch. 2 down. So 2 flyouts to center field this inning. And up comes Jack Herta. Another left-handed batter in the order. Made 32 starts this year at the college level. Batted .225 with Clarion University. Seek comes set, the pitch. Fastball inside. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Senators lead 1-0. Runner in scoring position, that's Brady Grimes. Sets at the chest, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Went around, tried to hold up, but Herta took an ugly-looking swing on a pitch up and in. Takes a moment out of the box, resets. Senators in their road gray uniforms with Southern Maryland Senators reading across the chest. Their white pants, gray hats with the Senators logo. 1-1. Curveball that drops in there. Pretty stuff. That Senators hat got the logo with the Maryland flag in there. Thunderbolts in their home whites. Reads T-bolts across the chest with the logo through the O. Numbers in big red on the back. The pitch. Low and inside. 2-2. Got the numbers on the front lower left as well. Blue stripes down the side for the T-bolts. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Now the 2-2 pitch. Herta takes upstairs with a curveball. Had to duck down out of the way. Seek just not able to snap it down enough. He struggled a little bit with that pitch this season. Hence why he hasn't thrown it a ton early in this appearance. First one he threw was a beauty a moment ago. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the heater. Jacob Seek feeling it tonight. Thunderbolts still scoreless through 2. Senators in front. 1-0. A chance to tack on some more in the third. 9-1-2 coming up for Southern Maryland.
Need industry-leading equipment for leaf blowers, lawn mowers, boat trailers, and more? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Need maintenance or repair on equipment? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Family owned and operated, they take pride in everything they do. They have a reputation for fixing what others can't. For more on equipment and repair, check out GuyBrothersMarine.com today. Guy Brothers Marine. Their commitment to serving customers is priority one. Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today.
In the 9th spot, Jack Ewart leads off the third inning for Southern Maryland, trying to jumpstart the offense for Scott Middleton and company. Ewert certainly able to do that. He's come on strong as the season's continued. First pitch, he squares the bunt and takes a fastball strike on the outer half. Jake Treasure still on the mound after giving up the solo shot to Danny Surwick. His first run he's given up all season. The pitch, fastball away. Senators trying to get a win tonight. Snap a 4-game losing streak. 1-1. Swinging a little chopper foul down the left side. Nearly snuck it into the left field corner. Senators will get a well-needed off day tomorrow after 13 games in 11 days. A tough stretch for this team. Here's the 1-2. Fouled to the screen. If you're just joining us, there's no outs in the top of the third inning. Senators in front 1-0. Danny Surwick solo blast in the second inning. Sole run on either side. Here's the pitch, high and away. Count evens 2-2 to Ewert. Just finished his time over at Marist College in Atlanta, Georgia. Ewert will be reporting to school soon. The 2-2 swung on and lined softly into right field. Driscoll in a couple of steps, slides, and he makes the catch. One away. Nice grab by Driscoll. Tough catch in the outfield, and back to the top of the order, Nick Flores. Hit by a pitch in the first inning on a check swing. Comes up for the second time tonight. Back on Saturday evening. Got his first off day this year. He just really needed a break. First pitch, low and outside. Certainly don't expect that Flores himself was calling for that off day. He is as tough as they come. Loves playing. The 1-0. Takes outside. Flores plays with so much passion, so much heart. Loves the game. Always seen with a smile on his face around the dugout. Neutral stance for him. The pitch. Swung on and ripped into right field. Driscoll in a couple of steps and makes an unnecessary slide to make the second out of the inning. So back-to-back flyouts to right field to begin the inning for the Senators. And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Adam Truck. Went down swinging his first time up. Doesn't strike out a whole ton. Only 10 this season with 8 walks. First pitch takes in the dirt, ball 1. 1-0 Senators. Top of the third inning. Southern Maryland and Silver Spring from Blair Stadium. The 1-0 popped out of play down the third base side. Temperature continuing to cool down into the lower 80s. Sun setting back behind home plate. The pitch, check swing, and Truck takes ball 2. Batter's eye covers the wall out in center field. The 2-1, fastball away. 3 balls and a strike with 2 outs in the inning. Trees in center and right field. The 3-1. Curveball dropped in for a strike. Lights will come on momentarily at Blair High School. The pitch swung on and popped into shallow right center field. Back goes Cutney, who is called off by the shortstop Vazo. He makes the grab to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Senators in the third. So it's 1-0 Southern Maryland as we go to the bottom of 3. T-Bolt's trying to get some offense going. Jacob Seek's been magnificent to this point. Trying to keep it rolling.
We've got an offer you won't want to miss out on. Over the summer, the Senators Collegiate team will be hosting a youth baseball camp throughout June and July, available to ages 7 through 14. Take the opportunity to get personalized advice from Senators players and coaches and elevate your game to the next level. For specific dates and times, go to somdsenators-cal.com to learn more. Want to help the Senators? You can help fuel the team and carry them to victory by becoming a game day meal sponsor. For $250, you provide a pregame meal for the Senators players and staff. If you sign up, you'll receive 4 season passes to home games, a game time announcement, along with commercials on all Southern Maryland Senators broadcasts throughout the season. Both corporate and private donors are welcome. To sign up today, contact info@somdsenators.com.
Cody Wagner back with you this evening. Senators and Thunderbolts. Southern Maryland leads 1-0 over the T-Bolts, going to the bottom of 3. In the 8th spot, Gabe Ruiz will lead things off this inning. Jacob Seek, he's been unbelievable tonight. Had a rocky beginning to this season. His first outing, Scott Middleton was really concerned with the walks because it was an issue for Seek a season ago. Since then, he still walked some guys, but the numbers have been more normal, and he's been able to kind of limit the damage with an incredible pickoff move. That's maybe been his biggest weapon this season. Has already picked off 2 runners tonight as we go bottom 3. Gabe Ruiz up. Makes the start in center field for Silver Spring. Out of UMBC. First pitch, takes low and in, ball 1. Didn't play this year as a sophomore over at UMBC. The pitch, swung on and bounced to second. Ewert backhands, plants, throws on to Phillips, and there's one away. So an efficient out, number 1. And that's exactly what Scott Middleton is looking for. Trying to get these starters to go as long as they can. Got a good appearance last night out of Nick Wimberly. He gave up a lot of runs, but he threw 6 innings. First pitch is swung on and bounced towards Phillips at first. Seek hustling, and the throw is away from him. Phillips throws it behind Seek, and so reaching there is Tyson Gill. And there will be a man on with 1 out. I'll have to see the official ruling. I've got it as a hit. It was going to be a tough play anyway. Phillips had to go into the hole on the right side to glove it, and Seek was slow off the mound. So lineup card flips over for the Thunderbolts, and Brock Hunter, one of the youngest coaches in the league. David Vazzo back to the plate. Walked in the first inning. He was a victim of a nice pickoff move. The pitch misses in the dirt, ball 1. One away, top of the 3rd. Runner aboard for the Thunderbolts. Senators have a 1-0 lead. Here it comes. Swung on and lined to shallow left. Dribble in a few steps towards the line, and he puts it away. 2 down. Well, Jacob Seek filling the zone all of a sudden. He had walked 1 runner in each of the first 2 innings. You're trying to get out of things. Nolan Cutney went down looking his first time up. There's another one of these guys out of UMBC. Check on the runner, back with a dive goes Tyson Gill. UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County, a school you may have heard of before. Another check at first. Back goes Gill. UMBC, a school that propelled themselves into the limelight, becoming the first 16th seed to upset a number 1 in March Madness, beating Virginia by 20 points back in 2018. The pitch fouled back. Boy, that really just changed the landscape of March Madness and what bracket makers thought was possible. A couple of years later, Fairleigh Dickinson became the second team to beat a 1 seed. The 0-1, way up and outside. It's past bowling and to the backstop. Easily advancing to second is Tyson Gill. So we said it, but there's been a number of pitches, 4 that I can count tonight, that have gotten way away from Seek. Other than that, though, he's been pretty good. 2 away with a man in scoring position. Large lead for Tyson Gill. The set and the pitch. Fastball upstairs. Ball 2. Cutney began his college career in his home state of Pennsylvania. The 2-1 is a fastball strike. Started over at Pitt. Reason for that, he was the number 1 ranked second baseman in Pennsylvania coming out of high school. That's how you get yourself Pitt. The 2-2 fouled to the screen. Right at myself and Drew Owens sitting behind home. Thank goodness for the screen, but it is just inches, maybe a couple feet away from us. Seeks 2-2 pitch. Cutney takes low and in. Got to shuffle the feet out of the way. Puts the black bat above his right shoulder. Gyrates it there. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Seek throwing a gem early on. Through 3 innings clean, hasn't given up a run. Southern Maryland in front, 1-0.
In need of trash pickup service? Well, look no further than Evergreen Disposal. With over 2 generations of experience, a family-owned and operated business, Evergreen Disposal proudly serves Southern Maryland. The company is committed to customers and building community. They provide service to homeowners associations, individual houses, and commercial, construction, and industrial locations. Once you switch, you'll never look back. To start using Evergreen Disposal, go to evergreendisposal.com or call 240-468-6677. That's 240-468-6677 to change to a community-based organization. Evergreen Disposal. If you or your child is searching for a youth baseball team, you're looking in the right place. The Maryland Senators Elite Travel Baseball Team competes in tournaments and showcases around the country. Featuring teams from 8 to 18U, the Senators work hard to prepare players for the next level by teaching confidence, a winning attitude, and the importance of character by being a great student, teammate, and individual. Get more information by searching MarylandSenators.com, the place to be for travel baseball in Maryland.
Sorry, folks, for some of the technical difficulties. We were muted for a moment, and now we are back up and going. Senators and Thunderbolts. Steven Krause at the dish. Full count on him with Logan Tribble aboard. No outs in the inning. Check on Tribble. He's back in with a dive. Krause flew out to left his first time up. From Binghamton University, big pickup. The 3-2 bounced out of play down the right side. Krause strikes out a decent amount, but makes up for it with the runs batted in. 12 this year. Whole slew of extra base hits. Payoff pitch. Swung on and ripped through the right side. Base hit into the outfield. Tribble was off on the pitch, so he'll easily get third. Men at the corners with no outs. Senators seeing Treasure well. This is an incredible offensive performance for the Senators, and you may wonder why I'm saying that. 1 run to this point through 3 innings. It's because Jake Treasure hasn't given up a single run throughout the season coming in tonight. Senators already have 1, and they're threatening with more. First pitch, Bowling takes outside for ball 1. Coach Middleton, when I spoke with him before the game, he talked about trying to put pressure on these teams. Felt like he hadn't done so over the last couple of games. Swings through, strike 1. And he was really just adamant about getting base runners and trying to get these guys the most rest he can. Tomorrow, as an off day, will be huge. The 1-1. Swung on and lined into right field. That's down in front of Driscoll. Tribble easily scoring from third. Krause into second. And the Senators have another. They're in front 2-0. RBI single for Chet Bowling. 3 straight base knocks to begin things in the 4th. And here comes Brock Hunter out of the first base dugout of Silver Spring to have a chat with the starter, Jake Treasure. Treasure been the ace, so to speak, this season for the Thunderbolts. Would expect that if this is a playoff team, he will be a high leverage arm come that time. But Southern Maryland seems to have a read on him tonight. First time through the order, only gave up 1 hit. That was the Danny Surowick home run. This inning, Senators have 3 base knocks, second time around. To the plate, here comes the aforementioned Danny Surowick. Homer in the second inning. First pitch to him, takes low and away. Lefty on lefty matchup. Surowick blasted 1 to the trees in right field. Trees lying right and center, and then a building out behind left. Step off the mound and a lob back to second for Jake Treasure. So per college baseball rules, it only counts as a disengagement if you just step off the mound. If you make any sort of lob or pickoff move, then it does not count as a disengagement. The 1-0, low and away. Ball 2. So Treasure there to save the disengagements. Just lobs one back to shortstop David Vazzo. 2 men on, no outs, top of the 4th. Senators already have 1 in the inning. Up 2-0. The pitch swung on and lined through the right side. Base hit for Surowick, and they're loaded. Holding at third is Krause, and Southern Maryland's got something going in the 4th. 4 straight base hits off of Jake Treasure. Thunderbolts have a man warming out in the pen. Can't tell who it is from here. Tough view. MJ Phillips for his second at-bat of the evening. Went down swinging last time. First pitch takes inside for ball one. Phillips walks a ton. Leads the team with 12 this season. So 1-0. Low and away. Phillips has only made one appearance on the mound this season. Came in listed on the roster as a pitcher, but he's been an everyday first baseman and designated hitter, the 2-0. Phillips takes strike one on the outer half with a fastball. They're loaded up for the Senators with no outs and one across already in the top of four. The pitch swung on and bounced to second. Cutney's got it, puts the tag on the runner. His throw to first is past Foster. One run in to score, another in and bowling. Phillips advances up to second, and there he shows off the speed. Scott Middleton laughing in the third base dugout. Had a conversation pregame with Phillips, who wanted to take infield, outfield, kind of the fielding warm-ups in the outfield. Scott Middleton said no pretty blankly to him. He said, MJ, you do not have the speed to do that. Well, there Phillips flashes it a little bit. He advances to second on an errant throw. So that'll go down as a fielder's choice with Danny Surowick tagged out, but 2 runs score. First pitch swinging by Smale, who pops it out of play. 4-0 Senators. Top of the fourth inning, Southern Maryland finally putting together some offense after they had scored just 4 runs across the last 4 games. Much better tonight. Here's the 0-1. Lifted down the left side out of play. Cutney had a chance to make a really nice play. Laid the tag on Surowick. Throw a first wide, which just is a massive error for the Thunderbolts. 0-2. Phillips is off. Throw down to third. And he's in safely. Throw off line. And Phillips says, how about that, to Scott Middleton in the dugout. Phillips, a guy that loves to prove people wrong. The pitch outside for ball one to Dawson Smale. Struck out looking to end the second inning. Batting .273 coming in. Treasure comes set at the chest. The 1-2. Popped foul. Senators now at the end of this long road trip, putting the offense together. Certainly looking forward to the off day tomorrow. The 1-2. Smale swings and misses. Strike 3. And Smale down on strikes for the second time tonight. Strikeout number 4 this evening for Jake Treasure. And that'll bring up Jack Ewart to the plate. 0 for 1. Flew out to right his first time. He led off the third inning for the Senators. Southern Maryland's already scored 3 in the top of 4. Ewart takes outside ball 1. Just finished his time at Marist High School in Atlanta, Georgia. The 1-0, high and in with a slider. Ewart in a couple of days will report to Wofford College. So he's got to make the trip back down the East Coast. Long ways from here in Southern Maryland. The pitch in the other batter's box for ball 2. Ewart, a right-handed hitting second baseman. Middleton's loved having him in town. Unreal defender. Great glove work. And he started to put it together with a bat. Getting great experience. The 2-1. Fastball strike at the top of the zone. Wofford's getting a good one in Jack Ewart. 2-2. Swung on and bounced to the second baseman, Cutney. He gloves. Off-bounds throw to first. is in time, and that will do it for the fourth inning. We head to the bottom half. Southern Maryland pushes across 3. They lead 4-0 over the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts thanks to 4 straight base hits. Southern Maryland with an offensive explosion in the 4th. 4-0, Senators in front.
Want to help the Senators? You can help fuel the team and carry them to victory by becoming a game day meal sponsor. For $250, you provide a pregame meal for the Senators players and staff. If you sign up, you'll receive 4 season passes to home games, a game time announcement, along with commercials on all Southern Maryland Senators broadcasts throughout the season. Both corporate and private donors are welcome. To sign up today, contact info@somdsenators.com. If you or your child is searching for a youth baseball team, you're looking in the right place. The Maryland Senators Elite Travel Baseball Team competes in tournaments and showcases around the country. Featuring teams from 8 to 18U, the Senators work hard to prepare players for the next level by teaching confidence, a winning attitude, and the importance of character by being a great student, teammate, and individual. Get more information by searching MarylandSenators.com, the place to be for travel baseball in Maryland.
Bottom 4, Senators and Thunderbolts. Southern Maryland leads 4-0. Jacob Seek pitching a shutout to this point, and he's gotten great backup on the offensive end with the Senators pushing across 3 in the 4th inning thanks to 4 straight singles. A big RBI base knock for Chet Bowling there, and Southern Maryland just piled on the offense after a Nolan cut in the air, which was really costly. So Jacob Seek been uber efficient on the mound tonight. He has walked 2 batters. Only 1 hit against him. There has been a base runner in each inning for the Thunderbolts, but unable to score thus far. Only 1 in the last 2 innings. They actually got 2 men to reach back in the first, but both of them were picked off by Seek, who has shown the ability, just similarly to Max Fried in the MLB, a guy that has picked off runners at an incredible rate this season. Jacob Seek, from the left-handed thrower, has been unreal this year with the pickoff moves. 5 this season, 2 of those tonight. First pitch to Steve Thomas. He takes outside for ball 1. Thomas, a single in the first inning. He was picked off a first. The 1-0 swung on and popped up. Right side of the infield. Phillips calls for it right near the bag and makes the catch. 1-0. So a nice play by the first baseman, Phillips, on a ball that was hit a mile into the air. And that brings up Braden Foster. Foster flew out to center field his first time up. Switch hitter, batting righty. The pitch misses in the dirt with ball 1. 4-0 Senators in front. Bottom 4, Southern Maryland and Silver Spring. The pitch swung on and popped into shallow left field. Back goes Surwick, ranging into foul ground, and they drop it. Well, Flores ran a long way. It seemed like he could tell Surwick misjudged it, because clearly he did. It went over his head, so Flores put on the turbo boosters, just wasn't able to get there in time, so the ball falls innocently to the ground as strike 1. Just what the doctor ordered for Southern Maryland. Getting some great starting pitching out of Jacob Seek. From the windup, his 1-1. is swung on and softly lined into right center. Dawson Smale is there, and he makes the head-high catch. 2 down. Into the right-handed batter's box steps Brady Grimes. Has both pitch and hit throughout the season for Brock Hunter. Nice to have a guy like this who's incredible both hitting and on the mound. Takes a first pitch curveball strike. Thunderbolts have left one on in the last 2 innings. The 0-1 fastball in there. 0-2. 4-0 Senators, bottom 4. 2 outs for the Thunderbolts, no men on. 2 strike count on Grimes. Here it comes. High and outside. Seek has really dialed in the command tonight. There's been moments where he's thrown a couple of bad wild pitches, but other than that, been pretty darn good. The 1-2 in the dirt. Brady Grimes trying to extend this quick inning thus far. The wind and the pitch. Low and inside. So Seek misses with 3 straight. Got the nickname on this team, Seek Missile. That especially the name for his pickoff move. Jacob Seek, a guy liked amongst the teammates. 3-2 misses in the dirt. And he walked Brady Grimes through 4 straight balls after getting up 0-2. So 2 straight walks to begin Brady Grimes' evening. And that'll bring to the plate Aiden Driscoll. Driscoll, the right fielder, swings it from the left-handed batter's box. Flew out to center his first time for the second out back in the 2nd inning. Lefty comes set at the belt and a check on first. Back standing goes Grimes. Seek been successful with a pair of pickoff moves this evening. Here's the pitch. Fastball strike. So Aiden Driscoll played college ball this year at the University of Maryland, just down the road in College Park. Seek a look over at first, and the 0-1. Swung on and lined right at the shortstop Flores, who leaps up and makes the grab to end the inning. Once more, the Thunderbolts leave one stranded for the 3rd inning in a row. They're still scoreless through 4. 4-0, Senators in front as we go to the 5th.
A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team. Whether you're a player or aspire to work a job in sports, the Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate Baseball League is the right place for you. With over 250 players each year, the Cal Ripken League helps showcase talent in a competitive environment. If you're seeking a job in sports, the Cal Ripken League offers media and photography internships. To learn more, visit calripkenleague.org today.
Temperature has cooled down from the heat wave we had last week, but boy has the Senators looked red hot tonight. They lead 4-0 going to the top of 5. Been an impressive offensive performance, and maybe even better than that, the pitching from Jacob Seek has been just phenomenal. Top of the order to lead off things in the 5th will be Nick Flores. He's the shortstop out of VCU. Jake Treasure, we can officially close the book on his evening. Through 4 innings, gave up 4 runs. Only 2 of those earned. Surrendered 5 hits and struck out 4. Those the first runs of the season that Treasure has given up. Southern Maryland just simply cracked the code on him tonight. Very impressive. Got a chance before this inning. That's the reason for the extended break, to watch some young fans run the bases. New arm into the ballgame is Liam Miller, 6-foot right-hander, native of Rockville, Maryland, playing summer ball in the local area. Rockville, actually the city in which the Bethesda Big Train play. First pitch to Flores. Scoots out of the way for ball 1. And yes, the name a little deceptive. Bethesda, the town bordering Rockville. The 1-0. Swinging a soft liner into shallow right. Back goes the second baseman, Cutney, who makes the grab for out number 1. So the leadoff man retired in the 5th, and that'll give way to Adam Truck, 0 for 2 this evening. Rarity to see him quiet offensively, batting .400 this season. First pitch, he swings and bounces one to the shortstop Vazo, who picks, throws to first, in time, just barely beat Truck. And there's out number 2. Truck, even on a ball that he stung off the bat, nearly able to beat it out at first. He's got incredible speed. I was told by Scott Middleton they were trying to time up his speed out of the box to first on the broadcast. First pitch to Tribble, takes up and in. Said that they recorded it 3.4 seconds. That's just nuts. So Logan Tribble, a returner with the Senators. And for the 3rd time this evening, the pitch, curveball that stays a little high, ball 2. 2 away, top of the 5th, 4-0 Senators. Gotten a great pitching outing from Seek. Been backed up by the bats. The pitch, in there with a fastball. Tribble last season with Southern Maryland was the everyday leadoff batter. Hit .225. The pitch swung on and popped in the air. Shallow left center. In comes Ruiz, who will make the grab to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Senators in the top of 5. Thunderbolts trying to get any offense going in the bottom half of the inning. 4-0 Southern Maryland leads.
The newest addition to the Senators family is the Maryland Lady Senators softball team. With an 18U team forming, 14U and 10U teams, the Lady Senators coaches and staff strive to help players reach their fullest potential both on and off the field. With the team just finishing their 2nd season, you can join in the future by registering at ladysenators.com. Want to help the Senators? You can help fuel the team and carry them to victory by becoming a game day meal sponsor. For $250, you provide a pregame meal for the Senators players and staff. If you sign up, you'll receive 4 season passes to home games, a game time announcement, along with commercials on all Southern Maryland Senators broadcasts throughout the season. Both corporate and private donors are welcome. To sign up today, contact info@somdsenators.com. Whether you're a player or aspire to work a job in sports, the Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate Baseball League is the right place for you. With over 250 players each year, the Cal Ripken League helps showcase talent in a competitive environment. If you're seeking a job in sports, the Cal Ripken League offers media and photography internships. To learn more, visit calripkenleague.org today.
New arm out of the bullpen for the Senators. This is Jace Canane. 1-0 record this season. Only start he made was way back on June 9th against the Gaithersburg Giants. Both of his appearances this season have been against Gaithersburg. Threw back on Friday against the Giants in the second game of the doubleheader. Won the Senators lost 7-1. He gave up 3 runs, 2 of those earned. Surrendered 3 hits across 2 innings. First offering is a called strike on the outer edge to Jack Hurda. Left-handed hitting left fielder. Went down swinging in the second inning. A line and the pitch. The curveball low. 1-1. There we are, bottom of the 5th inning. Blair Stadium, the pitch. Swung on and popped out of play down the left side. Bottom of 5, 4-0 Senators. They've been incredible offensively. Jacob Seek was impressive in the start tonight. The 1-2 swung on and ripped into center field. Leadoff base knock for Jack Hurda in the 5th. So only the 3rd base hit tonight for the Thunderbolts. And that brings up Gabe Ruiz with a man aboard. We can officially close the book on Jacob Seek tonight, who was magnificent. 4 innings, only 2 hits. First pitch is up and in to Ruiz. He's got to sprint out of the way. No runs, 3 strikeouts for Seek. Couldn't ask for anything better. The pitch. Fastball, strike on the outer edge. Double play in order here. 2 great middle infielders with Ewert and Flores. The pitch, roped foul down the right field line. Canane, a 6'2" right-hander out of Clarkstown, New York. One of a number of guys from out of the state of Maryland. The pitch, swing and a bouncer through the left side of the infield, and a base hit for Ruiz. 2 men aboard with no outs in the inning. So that brings up Tyson Gill at the bottom of the order. Gill places his foot on the back of the chalk in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch is low and inside. Chalk well faded by this point in the evening. Two straight base hits off of Canane to begin the inning. The pitch is line foul. Gill hitting .265 this year. The 1-1, he squares the bunt, lays it down back to the mound. Canane only play at first, and it's high of Phillips. Past him and into right field. Easily scoring on the play is Herro. Ruiz will hold at third. Gill up to second, and when you put the ball in play, crazy things can and will happen. And there, Tyson Gill able to create chaos. 1 run in to score for the Thunderbolts. Crack the scoring column for the first time tonight. So the lineup card flips over for Brock Hunter. And this is the top of the order in David Vazzo, who takes the first pitch that hits him. So the bases are now loaded for the Thunderbolts, and Ryan Caslavage will come out and have a chat with Kinane before things really unravel. Well, what a moment ago should have been a routine sack bunt, Kinane throws it away, and then a run scores, and now he hits the next batter on the first pitch. So treading some rocky waters here. Now he gets a pep talk from Ryan Caslavage and a bat from everyone in the infield. This team just incredibly close with one another. They spent time outside of games trying to get to know one another. Well, I can tell you, not too much relationship building off the field these last couple of games. First pitch swinging and bounce through the right side. Diving effort from Uritt. He can't get there. Ruiz in to score. Coming in as well as Gill. And a 2-run single for Nolan Cutney, who delivers in the 5th. Lead down to just 1 for the Senators. And this brings up Steve Thomas, guy that this crowd has been behind all night. Takes first pitch fastball, strike at the knees. Single that was picked off by Jacob Seek back in the first inning. The pitch swung on and ripped back up the middle, past the diving glove of Flores and into center. Easily scoring on it is Vazzo, and we're all tied at 4. Well, just like that, things have gotten away from the Senators. Well, if you want to see the silver lining, Kinane hasn't walked anyone, only hit one batter, but 5 hits off of him. Pitch into contact. First pitch to Foster, he swings and blasts at foul. Foster, switch hitter, batting lefty. 2 men aboard with no outs. Bottom 5. The 1-1. The 0-1, excuse me, is low and in. That's ball 1. Only meeting between these teams. Thunderbolts were victorious. The pitch swinging a little nubber, fair down the first baseline. Kinane bobbles it, steps on first, and he got Foster. So both runners advance on the play, and a scare for Kinane, who's able to recover well. So that brings the DH Brady Grimes to the plate. A productive out will do. Because of that, Senators bring the infield in. Tied at 4, bottom of the 5th. First pitch, swing and a miss. Got him chasing out of the zone with a nice slider. Because of limited pitching, Scott Middleton's got to try to push these guys even when they're struggling as far as they can go. The pitch swung on and roped into the left center field gap. Tribble dives and it's past him. Scoring from third is Cutney. Thomas around third. He'll score as well. A 2-run double for Brady Grimes. And Scott Middleton out to remove Kinane. 6-4, Thunderbolts in front with an offensive explosion in the 5th. Well, we'll have a new guy to introduce you to out of the pen for Southern Maryland. It was just not Kinane's night out of the pen. Gave up 6 runs and only recorded 1 out. So 1 away in the bottom of the 5th inning, 2-run lead for the Thunderbolts as we continue on after this break. Dawson Weatherald out of the pen. More on him coming up.
Thermal Comfort provides heating and air conditioning for newly constructed custom homes in Northern Virginia and select areas in Maryland. They service all systems, operational or non-operational, while providing free estimates for new systems. Go to thermalcomfortllc.com and choose the easier way to upgrade your heating and cooling system. A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team. Want to help the Senators? You can help fuel the team and carry them to victory by becoming a game day meal sponsor. For $250, you provide a pregame meal for the Senators players and staff. If you sign up, you'll receive 4 season passes to home games, a game time announcement, along with commercials on all Southern Maryland Senators broadcasts throughout the season. Both corporate and private donors are welcome. To sign up today, contact info@somdsenators.com.
So Scott Middleton refuses to throw guys past their pitch count. Told me that pregame that it's very important to keep these guys healthy, try to limit them to about 60 pitches. And so Jacob Seek went 4 innings, was masterful this evening. Only gave up 2 hits, no runs. After that, Jace Kinane came in the bottom of the 5th, and things just unraveled from there. 6 runs for the Thunderbolts this inning, and there's only 1 out. They got a man aboard second in Brady Grimes. And it's Dawson Weatherall on out of the pen for the Senators. Draws Aiden Driscoll to begin his evening. First pitch, swing and a miss down in the dirt. Just 1 out this inning. Braden Foster was tagged out going to first. The 0-1 upstairs. Thunderbolts in front by 2. Chance to tack on some more. The pitch outside. And Weatherald, certainly a change of pace. Doesn't throw quite as hard as the other guys on this pitching staff. 2-1. Swung on and rolled to the second baseman, Ewert, who gloves, plants, throws to first in time. 2 out. So the T-Bolts have batted around in the inning. This is Jack Curto for the second time in the 5th. Singled to lead things off. A part of 6 straight base runners for the T-Bolts. Takes upstairs at the letters across his chest for ball 1. Reads T-Bolts with a lightning strike through the O. Here it comes. Fastball strike at the knees. 2 out in the bottom of the 5th. A moment ago, Grimes advanced up to third on the ground out. 1-1. Swung on and rolled to the first baseman, Phillips. He will underhand flip to Weatherall covering the bag, and that will do it. So, Dawson does a good job out of the bullpen, records 2 straight outs, and able to get out of a nightmare inning for Southern Maryland. They trail by 2 runs. Offense going to need to get it going. It's 4-5-6 due up in the order for the Senators.
The newest addition to the Senators family is the Maryland Lady Senators softball team. With an 18U team forming 14U and 10U teams, the Lady Senators coaches and staff strive to help players reach their fullest potential both on and off the field. With the team just finishing their 2nd season, you can join in the future by registering at ladysenators.com. Need industry-leading equipment for leaf blowers, lawnmowers, boat trailers, and more? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Need maintenance or repair on equipment? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Family owned and operated, they take pride in everything they do. They have a reputation for fixing what others can't. For more on equipment and repair, check out GuyBrothersMarine.com today. Guy Brothers Marine. Their commitment to serving customers is priority one.
Senators looked phenomenal early in this one. All of a sudden starting to sputter a little bit. Top of the 6th inning, they trail by 2 runs after the Thunderbolts pushed across all 6 in the bottom of the 5th. Stephen Krause up to the plate against Liam Miller for his 2nd inning of work. First pitch offering a changeup in at the belt, strike 1. Krause 1 for 2 this evening, a single in the 4th inning. Was part of the 3-run rally for the Senators. The 0-1, swinging and a miss, got him chasing in the dirt. Just disappointing for the Senators to squander some great early offense off of Jake Treasure, who made a shaky start after he's been fantastic all season. The 0-2 is served down the left field line, out of play. Liam Miller, in his 4th appearance this season, he's only given up 1 run across 4 innings. 4 strikeouts, the pitch. Swinging a high bouncer to second. Cutney comes in, gloves, underhand flips to Foster. There's 1 down. That'll give way to the catcher, Chet Bowling. Lucas Grantham just left town, having to report to Georgia State. He's a new transfer in there. That's the reason for his early report. First offering, Bowling swings and pops it out of play down the left side. Because of that, Bowling gets the start at catcher this evening. It will likely be day-to-day between him and Jax Nichols to take the catching duties. Nichols out of the lineup tonight. The 0-1, waved at, strike 2. 1 out, top of the 6th. Senators trail by 2 runs. The pitch low and outside. Senators haven't had a base runner since back in the 4th inning. Got a great start tonight from Jacob Seek. That all for naught. 0-1-2. Bowling swings and lines one. Medium deep center field. Ruiz barely has to move, and he puts it away. 2 down. So with 2 outs, up comes the left-handed inning third baseman, Danny Serwick. He's been incredible at the plate tonight. 2 for 2, home run and a single. Had a solo shot in the 2nd that opened up the scoring in this game. His second long ball this season, tying Carter Groen for the team lead in that category. First pitch, he takes a strike on the inner part. Surwick last homered before the long layoff against the Crop Dusters about 2.5 weeks ago. The 0-1, high and outside. In that ball game, Senators were dominant on the road, 9-0 over the Crop Dusters. Part of a 9-game winning streak for Southern Maryland. That was snapped until last Sunday, the 1-1. Change up for a strike. Since then, Southern Maryland has really screeched to a halt. They have lost 4 in a row. The pitch. Check swing. Appeal down to third. He held up. Two-two pitch. Fastball low and away. Count runs full to Surwick. He's worked in a quality AB. Spent his freshman season at Boston College. Didn't play there this year. Getting a good look at some college pitching here. 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Liam Miller with a gem so far. He set down 6 in a row. T-Bolt's dugout loving it. Silver Spring in front, 6-4. We go to the bottom of 6 with the Thunderbolts trying to tack on some more runs. Senators trail by 2.
Thermal Comfort provides heating and air conditioning for newly constructed custom homes in Northern Virginia and select areas in Maryland. They service all systems, operational or non-operational, while providing free estimates for new systems. Go to thermalcomfortllc.com and choose the easier way to upgrade your heating and cooling system. Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change. If you or your child is searching for a youth baseball team, you're looking in the right place. The Maryland Senators Elite Travel Baseball Team competes in tournaments and showcases around the country. Featuring teams from 8 to 18U, the Senators work hard to prepare players for the next level by teaching confidence, a winning attitude, and the importance of character by being a great student, teammate, and individual. Get more information by searching MarylandSenators.com, the place to be for travel baseball in Maryland.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Southern Maryland led it early, 4-0 over the Thunderbolts before they scratched across 6 in the bottom of the 5th inning. So now they lead by 2 runs with Dawson Weatherald back on the mound. Jace Kinane had a tough time out of the bullpen. Gave up 6 hits, 6 runs, and only retired 1 batter. First pitch swinging for Ruiz, sends one deep out to center field. Trock near the warning track makes the grab for out number 1. Leadoff man retired on only 1 pitch for Dawson Weatherald, who already had a quick 5th inning. Generally, this year and last year, Weatherald has only gone 1 inning each time out. The other night against the Crop Dusters, he threw 2/3. Gave up 2 runs, none of those earned. Just had a soccer ball come onto the field. Well, Looks like that came out of the Thunderbolts bullpen. Here's the first pitch to Tyson Gill. Fastball strike on the up and away corner. The 0-1. Changeup that's just outside. 1 away half of the sixth. 6-4 Thunderbolts lead. The pitch. Swinging a tapper off of Chet Bowling, who goes down immediately. Bowling down with a grimace and immediately out to check on him, Scott Middleton. So trainer out to check on Bowling. Ryan Castelvage out with water for him. Remains down on his left side and now gets up to his knees. So a brief break in this ball game that the Thunderbolts lead by 2 runs, and Bowling will make his way off. Looks like that'll do it for Chet this evening as he makes his way into the dugout. Senators dugout still waiting around, wondering on the status of Bowling. We'll see if Nichols does indeed come out to catch. Still a little bit of a delay. Nichols throwing on the catching gear in the dugout. And Scott Middleton entering in a new player, chatting with the home plate umpire. So, out trots Jack Nichols from the dugout. He's got on his gear and is ready to go. So Nichols just taking a couple of pitches to warm himself up, and Dawson Weatherald trying to just get back into things. An odd moment, a ball that hit off the groin area of Chet Bowling, and he is forced to come out of this ball game. So Jax Nichols out of Montlow State, new catcher into the ball game, a power hitter. Seems like his catching's gotten better throughout this season. Back into the box goes Tyson Gill. So, a momentary delay due to injury for Chet Bowling, and Jax Nichols will be handling the catching from here on out. 6'2" catcher gets into his stance. Dawson Weatherall peers in with the glove tucked into his left hip. Sets at the belts, the 1-2. Swung on and lifted, high in the air, left center field, medium deep. Trock is there, and he hauls it in for the second out of the inning. So a long break from the last batter, but 2 straight flyouts into center field, and up comes David Vazzo. 0 for 1, has reached twice. A walk in the first was picked off there, and then a hit by pitch in the 5th. Flew out to left in the 3rd inning. Righty on righty. The pitch low and outside, Vazzo takes. 6-4 Thunderbolts, bottom of the 6th inning. Senators still in this one. The pitch swung on and lifted out of play down the right side. Got to give some love to Dawson Weatherald, who's been phenomenal out of the bullpen. He has thrown 1 1/3 to this point. Came on for Jace Kinane. Set down 4 in a row. The pitch swung on and lined into the right field corner, and that's down and away from Martin. Kicks off his foot. Hustling for second, and now trying for 3 is Vazo. Throw there is not in time. 2-out triple for David Vazo as the Thunderbolts try to add on some insurance. A ball that Vazo sliced down into the right field corner. And here's another right-handed batter in Nolan Cutney. 1 for 3. First pitch takes a fastball on the outer edge, strike 1. Cutney with the 2 RBI single in the 5th. Weatherald from the stretch, the pitch, swing and a miss. Got him chasing in the dirt. Weatherald just so different from what these guys are used to seeing. Just a big switch up. So players often just have a lot of trouble with him. The 0-2. Swung on and lined into the right center field gap. Over chases Martin, who raises up the glove to make the grab in the gap to end the inning. So Weatherald gets out of things in the bottom of the 6th. 1 left aboard for the Thunderbolts. Senators trail by only 2, trying to get the offense going with the bottom of the order coming up in the 7th inning.
Thermal Comfort provides heating and air conditioning for newly constructed custom homes in Northern Virginia and select areas in Maryland. They service all systems, operational or non-operational, while providing free estimates for new systems. Go to thermalcomfortllc.com and choose the easier way to upgrade your heating and cooling system. Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today. A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team.
Top of the 7th inning. Here we go. Senators need to get the offense going, and they got to do it quick. Down to the last 9 outs this evening. They trail by 2 runs to the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. MJ Phillips, the leadoff man here. First pitch he takes outside for ball 1. Liam Miller, been fantastic out of the bullpen. Has already thrown 2 innings. Set down 6 straight batters. Holds the glove in front of his face, winds and offers a fastball strike up at the top of the zone. Phillips with a big grin. Earlier in the ball game, He was able to steal third after he reached on a fielder's choice. The pitch high and tight. Trying to show off some of the speed to Scott Middleton. Was trying to convince him pregame to let him go in the outfield. 2-1. Brushes him back. Ball 3. Senators got 3 in the fourth and then 1 in the second thanks to a Danny Serwick solo shot. 3-1 in the dirt, and he walked him on 5 pitches. So leadoff man aboard for the Senators in the 6th. In the 7th, excuse me, and that brings Dawson Smale to the plate. 0 for 2, struck out both times up. Apologies, excuse me, folks. Alex Martin, who entered back in the 5th inning as a defensive replacement for Dawson Smale, will make his first plate appearance. Takes the first pitch in the dirt, a fastball. Senators on the road tonight against the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. You're just joining us, you missed a lot. Senators were the first to strike, had 4 in the first 4 innings. The pitch misses low, 2-0. And then when the Thunderbolts scored, they did it in bunches. 6 runs in the 5th inning, and that's got them ahead here in the 7th. Southern Maryland not out of things. 1-1. Swinging a foul to the screen. Right back at us. Sitting kind of a nice location right underneath the stands. Footsteps a little loud above us, but other than that, right next to the field of play, got to look directly from behind home plate. 1-2, swung on and missed. He got him. Nice change up for Miller, and down goes Alex Martin for out number 1. Second punch out of the evening for Miller. First pitch is swung on and popped into foul ground, and there goes Foster, who makes the grab. So, excuse me, that was actually only strike number 2 a moment ago. So Martin goes down flying out into foul ground. They had it wrong up on the scoreboard. Apologies. So Jack Ewert steps into the right-handed batter's box with MJ Phillips aboard first. He's 0 for 2 this evening. Squares to bunt. Pitches low and past the catcher, Thomas, all the way to the backstop. Moving up a free 90 goes MJ Phillips. We'll see if he tests going to third base once more. Him being on base of increasing importance here. Senators trail by 2 runs with 1 out in the top of the 7th. The 1-0. Ewert takes a strike at the knees. He just plays with such calm. Never a guy you'll see complaining to umpires. Never even will shake his head going out of the box. Such a nice kid. The 1-1 up and outside for ball 2. Think that Zen certainly benefits him out in the field. An incredible fielder, and will only continue to get better at Wofford this year. Incoming freshman. Step off and lob out to second base so Miller doesn't get tacked with the disengagement. Man in scoring position, that's MJ Phillips. Jack Ewert a chance to knock him in. 2-1. Checks the swing and takes outs on the outer edge. Strike 2. One out, top 7. 6-4 Thunderbolts. Two. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Ewart, and there is the second strikeout tonight for Liam Miller. Back to the top of the order in Nick Flores. In 2 2/3, still no hits for the Senators against Liam Miller. Only base runner is MJ Phillips, who reached on a walk. Nick Flores, as consistent as they come, batting .351. First offering is a fastball at the knees for strike number 1. Flores 0 for 2, a hit by pitch back in the first. Hardly ever strikes out. Scott Middleton loves that about him. The pitch takes in the dirt, and it's past the catcher Thomas. So MJ Phillips going to take another free 90. And he stands at third base with 2 outs in the inning. Another wild pitch would be really costly. Senators have had a tough time hitting Miller, but maybe they can produce a run here. Second time around the order against Miller. 1-1 offering, waved at, strike 2. Senators last night played a doubleheader against the Big Train, one in which they just got pummeled. Tough one for Southern Maryland. Trying to come back tonight. They're still fighting. 1-2. Swung on and lined at the second baseman, Cutney, who doesn't have to move a step, and makes the chest-high backhanded grab to end the inning. So the Senators leave one stranded aboard third base. That's MJ Phillips, who had the leadoff walk. 6-4, Thunderbolts lead. Senators are down to their last 6 outs, trying to keep the score right where it is. Down 2, going to the bottom of the 7th.
Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change. If you want to stay up to date with all things Senators, follow the collegiate team's social media accounts. You can follow the team at Southern MD Senators on Instagram or Go SOMD Senators on X to keep up with the team. You'll get score updates, final score graphics, access to articles, and so much more. Go check out the Senators on social media and don't miss a moment this season. Need industry-leading equipment for leaf blowers, lawnmowers, boat trailers, and more? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Need maintenance or repair on equipment? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Family owned and operated, they take pride in everything they do. They have a reputation for fixing what others can't. For more on equipment and repair, check out GuyBrothersMarine.com today. Guy Brothers Marine, their commitment to serving customers is priority 1.
Just past stretch time in Silver Spring, Maryland. Thunderbolts in front, 6-4, thanks to a massive 5th inning. Weatherald still in the ball game, misses in the dirt with a fastball, ball 1. To start off, Steve Thomas, heading in the 3 spot, 2 for 3, been productive this evening. Been a relatively slow summer for him, all things considered. The pitch swung on and popped out of play. Phillips gives it a close look, but over the fence down the first base side. Fans have gotten behind Steve Thomas tonight. Sun has gone down. Dark abyss takes over in the night sky. The pitch is up and away. 2 balls and a strike. Lights are shining brightly at Blair Stadium, home of the Blair High School Blazers. Set and the 2-1 pitch. Thomas swings and bounces one. Fair ball off the bag and into the left field corner. Thomas trying for 2. Tribble corrals it in the corner. Throw to second is not in time. Leadoff stand-up double for Steve Thomas in the 7th. He's having a magical night, prompted by this crowd. 3 for 4 this evening, and that brings up Braden Foster. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Things really unraveled in that 5th inning for the Senators, where they gave up 6 runs. No score since. The pitch swung on and lifted high and deep out to right field. Back goes Martin near the warning track. He's got room to make the grab. There's out number 1, easily advancing 90 is Steve Thomas, who goes to third base. So the 6'7" Brady Grimes back up. Had a home run in the 9th inning last time these teams played. It's only the 2nd meeting between Southern Maryland and Silver Spring this season. First time it was the Thunderbolts victorious 5-1 over Southern Maryland. First pitch to Grimes is a changeup low and outside, just barely misses for Weatherhold. Infield in with only 1 out and a runner aboard first. Bottom of the 7th inning, the pitch. In there, strike 1. 6 outs remaining for the Senators. Trying to break a 4-game losing skid. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Productive out would do here for Grimes. Field trying to cut down the runner at home. The 1-2 is high and wide. Senators, a well-needed off day tomorrow. The pitch, swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup at the top of the zone. And down goes Brady Grimes swinging. First strikeout tonight for Dawson Weatherall, a pitch-to-contact type of guy. Been fantastic this evening. Through 2 1/3. Trying to not give up a single run. This is Aiden Driscoll, left-handed batter. First pitch takes in the dirt, ball 1. He's had an 0 for 3 evening. Was one of the guys retired in that massive 5th inning for Silver Spring. He's made contact all 3 times up, the 1-0. Outside. It's a beautiful low 80s evening in Silver Spring, Maryland. So glad to bring it your way. Cody Wagner back tonight, the 2-0. Catches the inner half after Driscoll thought it was inside. Driscoll listed on the roster as a catcher, playing right field this evening. The pitch. Swung on and lifted. Deep out to left field. Dribble near the warning track. It's down and into the corner. Easily scoring is Thomas from third. Driscoll glides into second. He's got an RBI double. Make it 1 more for the Thunderbolts in the 7th. They got a 3-run lead with 2 outs in the inning. So a leadoff double for Steve Thomas. He is finally knocked in. Remained patient. And there he is able to score. Scott Middleton out to chat with Dawson Weatherall. Wonder if he will stay in this ball game. Weatherall, the guy that Scott Middleton has a pretty good relationship with, came up through the Senators' youth baseball program. And that will do it for Dawson Weatherall tonight. Luke Emery will be the new arm out of the bullpen. Tell you more about him after this. Senators trail by 3 runs, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Silver Spring trying to add on a couple more.
If you or your child is searching for a youth baseball team, you're looking in the right place. The Maryland Senators Elite Travel Baseball Team competes in tournaments and showcases around the country. Featuring teams from 8 to 18U, the Senators work hard to prepare players for the next level by teaching confidence, a winning attitude, and the importance of character by being a great student, teammate, and individual. Get more information by searching MarylandSenators.com, the place to be for travel baseball in Maryland. The newest addition to the Senators family is the Maryland Lady Senators softball team. With an 18U team forming, 14U and 10U teams, the Lady Senators coaches and staff strive to help players reach their fullest potential both on and off the field. With the team just finishing their 2nd season, you can join in the future by registering at ladysenators.com. A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team.
Luke Emery, a 6-foot left-hander out of the bullpen for the Senators. He's got a 3/4 arm slot. Slings in the fastball with a slider and a changeup. Out of Fairmont State. He was impressive there back in 24. First pitch swing and a miss by Jack Herta. He's to the plate with 2 outs in the inning. 7-4. Thunderbolts in front. Emery sets his 0-1. In there with a fastball, center cut for strike 2. So Emery immediately filling up the zone out of the pen. Kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with the slider. And down goes Herta. Luke Emery does exactly his job out of the bullpen. Thunderbolts get 1 in the 7th inning. Senators trail by 3 runs going to the top of 8.
Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today. The newest addition to the Senators family is the Maryland Lady Senators softball team. With an 18U team forming, 14U and 10U teams, the Lady Senators coaches and staff strive to help players reach their fullest potential both on and off the field. With the team just finishing their 2nd season, you can join in the future by registering at ladysenators.com. Whether you're a player or aspire to work a job in sports, the Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate Baseball League is the right place for you. With over 250 players each year, the Cal Ripken League helps showcase talent in a competitive environment. If you're seeking a job in sports, the Cal Ripken League offers media and photography internships. To learn more, visit calripkenleague.org today.
Call the pen for Brock Hunter. This is Liam Bowen for the Thunderbolts. 6'2", 208 pounds. Right-handed pitcher, just finished up his freshman year at Frostburg State University. Native of Bethesda, Maryland. And actually not the city where the Bethesda Big Train are located, although it's the city name. First pitch misses inside to start off Adam Schrock. Big Train actually located in Rockville, Maryland. Bowen comes set. His right-handed offering is in the dirt for ball 2. So the Thunderbolts added on one more in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Senators trail by 3. The pitch. Trock takes a fastball strike on the outer edge. Trock 0 for 3 this evening. Rarity you're going to see that stat line for him. He has struck out once. Walks a lot, third most on the team. The pitch waved at, strike 2. Trock with next level speed. That's part of the reason his batting average is so high. 2-2. Swings and bounces one to second. Takes a tough hop for Cutney. Off balance throw to first. Is there to beat Trock. 1 down. Nice play by Cutney. Able to play a tough hop off the grass. And that'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, Logan Tribble. Boy, has he been fantastic this season. Last year with the Senators, batted .222. Was the leadoff batter, walks a whole ton. First pitch, shows bunt, pulls back on a curveball that drops in, strike 1. And the big thing about Tribble, he hardly ever strikes out, only 4 this season compared to 8 walks. Kick and the pitch. Checks his swing, but it's a called strike. Tribble, up until Wednesday, had not swung and missed at a pitch all season. The 0-2, slider outside, 1-2. That was through over 12 games for Tribble. He hadn't swung and missed. The 1-2, low and away. Tribble, a guy that, when I asked him about it, said he's always been able to make high contact. Contact at a high rate, excuse me. Said he's just had that ability since he was a kid. Just has the feeling that if he swings at it, he's going to put bat to ball, even if it's not necessarily the best looking swing. The pitch, low and away, ball 3. Told me he swung it plenty of pitches throughout the zone, or out of the zone, excuse me, in that span where he hadn't swung and missed. 3-2, fouled to the screen. But he's just got an uncanny ability to put bat to ball. Just finished up as a sophomore at Wofford College. 3-2. Strike 3 called. Tribble goes down looking on a breaking pitch at the knees. And there's 2 down in the 8th. So it's been brilliancy tonight out of the bullpen for the Thunderbolts. Got a great outing from Liam Miller, who went 3 innings, didn't give up a single hit, and struck out 2. First pitch is a swing and a miss for Calvin Cook. Enters into this ball game for Jack Ewert. He will take over defensively as well, at least would expect so. The pitch, fastball outside to even the count. 2 away, top of the 8th. Senators trail by 3 runs to the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. 7-4. The 1-1 backs him up. Ball 2. Senators will have their first off day tomorrow in 11 days. That pitch is low and outside. Easy take for Calvin Cook. Cook out of Middle Tennessee State University. Whole ton of these guys on the team. Set and the pitch. Swinging and a miss. Senators most recently brought in Cale Vinson out of Middle Tennessee State. A nice addition to this ball club. Mostly a second baseman. Play a couple of different positions. Payoff pitch, high and in. And there's a 2-out walk for Calvin Cook. And the Senators really not necessarily out of this thing. Excuse me, folks. I don't know where I got lost, but that was Calvin Cook in for Steven Krause. Jax Nichols takes a first pitch strike on the outer edge. Apologies for that. So Cook takes over as the designated hitter. Jack Ewart will stay in at second base. The 0-1 runner goes. Pitch is in there with a curveball. Throw it on to second. In time. They got him. Crowd erupts here in Silver Spring. They go to the bottom of 8. Senators with just 3 outs remaining. It's been all Thunderbolts down the stretch in this one. Senators got off to a hot start, but have been slow offensively since. 7-4. Silver Spring in front going to the bottom of 8.
If you want to stay up to date with all things Senators, follow the collegiate team's social media accounts. You can follow the team at Southern MD Senators on Instagram or Go SOMD Senators on X to keep up with the team. You'll get score updates, final score graphics, access to articles, and so much more. Go check out the Senators on social media and don't miss a moment this season. If you or your child is searching for a youth baseball team, you're looking in the right place. The Maryland Senators Elite Travel Baseball Team competes in tournaments and showcases around the country. Featuring teams from 8 to 18U, the Senators work hard to prepare players for the next level by teaching confidence, a winning attitude, and the importance of character by being a great student, teammate, and individual. Get more information by searching MarylandSenators.com, the place to be for travel baseball in Maryland.
Well, the Senators, after getting off to a hot offensive start, scoring 4 runs in the first 4 innings, they had a disaster of a 5th inning where the Thunderbolts scored 6 runs, and from there, Silver Spring has controlled this ball game. Trying to close it out as we continue on in the bottom of the 8th. Silver Spring an opportunity to maybe add on a couple of more runs. That brings the right-handed hitting center fielder, Gabe Ruiz, back up to the plate. Ruiz out of UMBC. Back for a second season with the Thunderbolts is Gabe. Takes a first pitch strike at the top of the zone. I was telling you earlier in the ball game about Ruiz, how he goes to UMBC, the 0-1. Takes a strike at the knees, 0-2. Ruiz now takes a timeout. Takes a swing off to the left of the right-handed batter's box. Steps back in with his foot at the faded chalk. The 0-2. Curveball inside, backs up Ruiz. Grips the red bat, gyrating it up above his right shoulder. The pitch inside, 2-2. UMBC, a team that a couple of years ago, where the pitch swung on and fouled to the screen, were able to be the first team to beat a number 1 seed in March Madness when they beat Virginia 74-54 back in 2018. That sent ripples around the college basketball world. Well, Ruiz plays college baseball there. The kick and the 2-2. Swung on and ripped out of play down the right side. Luke Emery, the Senators' left-hander, 3/4 arm slot, 6', 205, remains in the ball game. Native of the Maryland area. The pitch, swing and a tapper off the foot. Ruiz goes dancing down the third baseline. Senators trail by 3, bottom of the 8th inning. The pitch, swung on and roped back up the middle, base hit into center field. Gabe Ruiz has got a leadoff single. Thunderbolts trying to keep their offense going against the Senators' bullpen pitching. Got 1 run last inning off of Dawson Weatherald, who was replaced by Luke Emery. First pitch to Gill is in there on the down and away corner. Lefty on lefty here. Tyson Gill has had a great night. 2 for 3, couple of singles. The pitch, fastball strike at the knees. Knocked in a run back in the 5th inning. Part of a big rally for the T-Bolts. The pitch, runner goes. It swung on and lined past the diving glove of Flores, who was covering second base. Into left center field, pulling into third goes Ruiz, and it's men at the corners with Tyson Gill lacing an all-out single. So 2 men aboard for the top of the order in David Vazo. 1 for 2 with a triple his last time up into the right field corner. At the best spot to go in this ballpark for a triple. First pitch, strike. Lights shine down bright overhead here at Blair Stadium. So glad you can join us on this Monday evening presentation. Runner goes on the pitch. It's swung on and bounced to short. Flores off bounds throw to first is in time. They throw to third. They got him. Senators turn 2 on a wild double play. Brock Hunter now out to chat with the first base umpire. Can't believe that Vazo was rung out at first. And now umpires will come together and have a chat. At the moment, it is 2 outs. Gabe Ruiz will score no matter what. So that will make the lead 8-4 Thunderbolts. We'll get a ruling on this appeal at first, and they call him out. Thunderbolts dugout can't believe it. And so an odd double play there on a pretty play from Nick Flores out in the hole. Nolan Cutney into the box, takes a first pitch strike at the top of the zone. Cutney, right-handed batter, laced a 2-run single in the 5th inning. The pitch swung on and stung into left field for a base knock. Nolan Cutney putting it together tonight. That makes them 2 for 5 in the ballgame. So Steve Thomas been receiving love all night from these Thunderbolt faithful. Thomas is 3 for 4. Really putting on a show for these fans. 8-4 Thunderbolts with 2 outs. Fastball upstairs, ball 1. 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. Thunderbolts have tacked on an insurance run. This is chopped to short, and Flores has a tough time with it on a short hop. So it squibs away from him, and Steve Thomas is aboard. In comes Braden Foster, switch hitter batting right-handed against the lefty Luke Emery. Throws from a 3/4 arm slot. With 2 runners on, he comes set and offers. Swung on and roped into the right field corner. Fair ball. That kicks away from Martin and into the corner. In to score comes Gill. Cutney gets the wave. Throw to the plate is off the bat, and it kicks to the backstop. Advancing up to third goes Foster. And the Thunderbolts have blown this thing wide open. They lead 10-4 over the Senators. So double-digit runs tonight for the T-Bolts. And it's just not been the night for Southern Maryland. After getting off to a really good-looking start. First pitch strike to start off Grimes. Senators seemed like things would go well tonight as Grimes pokes one into center field. Another base hit and a run scored. So the offensive onslaught continues for the T-Bolts. And it just feels like the Senators have ran out of some steam. And how can you not? 13 games in 11 days, facing an absolute gauntlet. Couple of doubleheaders in there. First pitch is swung on and popped foul by Driscoll. No days off, nearly 2 weeks. It is a big one tomorrow, a rest day for the Senators. Just trying to recover the pitching. This offering misses low and outside to Driscoll. He's 1 for 4 tonight. 5th time around this order for the T-Bolts. They lead 12-4. The pitch, high and tight. Bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs. Emery's 1-1. High and in. Driscoll's got a matrix out of the way that time. Beautiful evening to be out at the ballpark. There's no doubt about that. Temperature dipping into the high 70s now. The pitch low and outside, and he walked him. So Driscoll able to reach base on an easy walk from Emery. Scott Middleton yells out to him, "Be confident." Luke wavering a little bit now, trying to get back on his stuff. The pitch fouled to the screen. Emery did a good job of locking down in the 7th inning. This time the Thunderbolts are seeing him well. Two men aboard, Grimes and Driscoll, for the left-handed hitting Jack Herta. The pitch swung on and popped down the left side, out of play. Correction, 11-4 lead for the T-Bolts was going off that scoreboard that they've now corrected. The 0-2. Herta takes called, strike 3. So down goes Herta looking, and that will do it for the 8th inning. Thunderbolts able to add on 4 more. It'll be a tough task in the 9th for the Senators. They're down 7 runs going to the top of 9. 11-4, T-Bolts in front. Back after this break.
In need of trash pickup service? Well, look no further than Evergreen Disposal. With over 2 generations of experience, a family-owned and operated business, Evergreen Disposal proudly serves Southern Maryland. The company is committed to customers and building community. They provide service to homeowners associations, individual houses, and commercial, construction, and industrial locations. Once you switch, you'll never look back. To start using Evergreen Disposal, go to evergreendisposal.com or call 240-468-6677. That's 240-468-6677 to change to a community-based organization. Evergreen Disposal. Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today.
So what could be the last swings of the night for the Senators. They trail 11-4, down 7 runs going to the top of the 9th inning. Jax Nichols will lead things off here. Nathan Rodriguez on to close things out for the T-Bolts. He's made 3 appearances this season, both pitched and hit throughout the season for Brock Hunter and company. 3 appearances, 3 2/3. He's only given up 2 hits, walked 3, struck out 2. No one scored off of Rodriguez yet. Pitched against the Senators 6 days ago. Last Tuesday, that was actually a makeup game. A contest that was originally supposed to be played way back on June 8th. Didn't get made up until over 2 weeks after the fact. First pitch strike to start off Jack Nichols, who entered on in the 7th inning as a catching replacement for Chet Bowling after he went down injured. Rodriguez with the 0-1. Inside. Backs up Nichols, a ball and a strike. In dominating fashion tonight for the Thunderbolts, who had a slow offensive start against Jacob Seek. Wonderful start this evening, ultimately squandered. The pitch swung on and blasted high and deep into the left center field gap. Back goes Ruiz, and it's over his head off the wall. Nichols pulls into second, and he has a leadoff stand-up double. Kisses his hands and points to the skies, and that'll bring to the plate Cale Vincent. Of course, these bats still count towards the batting average. A lot of these guys in the transfer portal trying to get recruited. The better the numbers, more likely you are to get picked up. Summer Ball, a big kind of recruiting ground now for the transfer portal. Kind of an interesting dynamic. Man at second, no outs in the inning. Cale Vincent takes a first pitch fastball strike. He's into this one for Danny Surwick as a pinch hitter. Surwick was 2 for 3 tonight. Strikeout in the 6th inning. Launched a solo homer in the 2nd. Senators haven't scored since way back in the 4th. Here it comes. A strike on the inner half. Boy, Rodriguez maxes out the pitch clock nearly every offering. got a little extra time with a runner aboard first. He's ready. Look back at second. Now his pitch. Fastball called strike 3. Vincent down looking. And one away in the ninth. That'll bring back up MJ Phillips, who stole third base earlier in the contest, trying to show off his speed to Scott Middleton. Was trying to convince him he's got wheels before this game. Right-hander comes set. First offering to Phillips. Takes outside for ball 1. Phillips walks a ton, also strikes out a decent amount. Walked in the 7th inning, struck out in the 2nd. Feels like he does both of those things nearly every game he plays. The pitch swung on and bounced foul down the first base side. Count moves to 1-1 on Phillips with one away in the top of the 9th inning. Man in scoring position is Jax Nichols. 11-4, Thunderbolts in front. Rodriguez bends down, looks in at Thomas. Now comes set at the belt. Look at second. Here's the pitch. Misses away with a slider. Pitch that never came back over the plate that time. Both Senators and Thunderbolts will have tomorrow off. Next for the Thunderbolts, they go on the road against the Big Train. For the Senators, they go over to South County High School to play the Braves on Wednesday. The pitch swung on and ripped into right field, down in front of Driscoll. They'll hold Nichols at third. And a smart decision. Nice throw in by Driscoll. Don't need to risk a base runner there. So Martin up to the plate. Entered on way back in the 6th inning as a defensive replacement for Dawson Smale. Is playing right field this evening. Popped out to the first baseman Foster last time up. That was his only at-bat this evening. Phillips at first, Nichols at third. The pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. One away, top 9, 11-4 Senators. Southern Maryland trying to test Rodriguez, who hasn't given up a run all season. Long pause, the 1-0. Misses high. So quickly a hitter-friendly count, 2-0 to Alex Martin. Joined the team during that long break about a week and a half ago now. Senators didn't play for 7 days straight. Just the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and roped into center field. Base hit. First run off Rodriguez all season. So in comes Nichols to score. And Alex Martin laces one into center field. Senators have their first run since way back in the 4th. That brings back up Jack Ewart. In an 0-for-3 ball game. He's made contact 2 of 3 times. Thomas out to have a chat with Rodriguez. Senators seeing him well. He's got lively stuff. Generally tough to hit. Places the breaking stuff pretty well. Senators got first and second with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Thunderbolts 2 outs away from victory, leading by 6 runs. Nick Flores stands in the on-deck circle. Ewert will take some hacks. First pitch to him. He takes a slider strike on the inner part. Ewert, no matter the result of the pitch, will always hold the bat up with his left hand and then look down at his feet and shuffle some dirt back and forth, first with the right, then with the left. The pitch upstairs. Count evens the ball on a strike. Still 2 men aboard for the Senators, trying to create some late offense. Boy, felt like they were out of it, but big late rally could do some damage. And if you go 1 run at a time, can really be trouble. That pitch misses low. Senators just awaiting the moment that they get a day off. They will get exactly that tomorrow as well as Friday. A couple of big off days coming up for the Senators. 2-1. Low and away. Ball 3. So a hitter-friendly count, and the Senators not giving in. This is exactly what their head coach loves about this team. No quit. Always resilient. Despite being on the back end final game of 13 and 11 days. This team going at it till the bitter end. The 3-1. Ewert takes inside. It's away to the backstop, and Phillips will stop at third. Bases now loaded for the top of the order. This could be a little dangerous. So the tying run is still in the hole. Not too much to be concerned about yet for Rodriguez, but you can't afford to let it get too away from you, because this is a Senators team that once they get momentum, they do not look back. It's a little concerning for Rodriguez how he's pitched thus far. Hasn't walked many batters this season, just 3 across 3 2/3. A moment ago, walked 1 after giving up 3 base hits. It's more than he had given up this entire season. Wonder if distance between outings has anything to do with it. 6 days off after only getting a break of 4 days between his second and third appearances. Due to rain in the area, he had nearly 2 weeks between his first outing and second. But Rodriguez, one of those high-leverage guys out of the bullpen. Certainly difficult for this coaching staff to see him rocky tonight. First pitch to Flores, he takes a strike at the knees. 6-run lead for the Thunderbolts. They're loaded for Southern Maryland in the top of the 9th with 1 out. Phillips at first, trailed by Martin and Ewert. Here's the pitch. A strike called on the up and away corner. Flores adjusts the yellow and black batting gloves. Repping his college team over at VCU. Hit .295 there as a freshman. An incredible standout. Rodriguez with the 0-2. Flores swings and sends one out to left field in the air. There goes Herta into the gap, makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Advancing home is MJ Phillips. So that'll go down as a sacrifice fly for the leadoff man, Nick Flores, and that brings up Adam Truck. Senators down to their last out, trailing by 5 runs. 2 men aboard. They've scored 2 in the 9th inning, but it may just be too little, too late. Now that big 8th inning for the Thunderbolts looms large. They scored 4, taking their tally from 7 to 11. Truck puts one on the ground to second. Bounces into the chest to Cutney, throws to first. That's in time to end the ball game. So the Senators dropped 5 in a row tonight, and they had a tough road stretch, playing 6 games straight on the road. They lost 5 of them. Senators on Wednesday, they'll be back on the road against the Braves. I'll be there to bring you that ball game. That will be 7 p.m. from South County High School. So tomorrow, the day off for the Senators, and a well-needed one at that, after they have now dropped 5 straight, and the record goes to 12-9 on the season. Your final from the Senators and Thunderbolts, 11-6 from Silver Spring. Thunderbolts victorious in this one tonight. With that, we say so long from Silver Spring, Maryland. Senators 6, Thunderbolts 11. That's all we got for you tonight. I'm Cody Wagner saying so long on the Senators Baseball Network. Can't wait to talk to you again on Wednesday night. That's your final this Monday evening.